can't just dream about what you want, you have to go for it.
I used to think that I had to be ready to chase my dreams, but now I know I just have to have the courage and go for it. I'm really nervous. I only have a few days to prove to myself that I can make something for this gallery. My family lives by the trails and we love to take hikes together. Sometimes we run into a photographer who lives in our area and who has traveled all over the world and has shown his work in many galleries. We even bought one of his prints and we put it up in our house. Months ago on a walk, we ran into him on the trails. And at the end of our talk, he said something that I will never forget. If you ever want to show your work in a gallery downtown, just let me know. And being a photographer for 20 years now, you would have thought that I would have jumped at this chance. But fear and doubt set in. I felt like an imposter. I hadn't made a body of work like this for over 15 years. When I became a mom of 5, it was like that creative part of me just died. So I felt like an imposter saying yes to an opportunity like this. After sitting on this invitation for months, I finally took the leap. I pushed past the feeling of being an imposter, and I said yes before I even had a photo ready to show. Saying yes to a gallery exhibit was a big step, but next was taking hundreds of little steps to make this project a reality. Picking a subject for the show, finding time to shoot, and then going through all those photos. I didn't get a ton of time to photograph, so the time that I did get, it had to be really intentional. I encountered some interesting struggles along the way. First, I have a pretty new camera. It actually starts to overheat in the summer months, which unfortunately I was shooting in May, and it was starting already to get really hot. So that was really difficult. The other issue was wanting to have a lot of life in my photos. The subject I picked for my project was about our downtown area, and I wanted there to be a lot of life in it. However, the hours that I got to shoot when I went down there, often there was only like one other person in the downtown area outside. So they would recognize when I was about to take their photo, and it wouldn't yield the kind of pictures that I was looking for. So I had to find alternate times to shoot. Sometimes this meant that instead of using time for our family, I was going out for 4 or 5 hours to shoot during an event downtown when there's going to be more people and actually less cars because they would shut the place down. The last difficult thing was actually going through the photos. I used to have a computer with a program that I could easily go through things, but while I was working on this project, I was only working on an iPad. It just made the whole project harder to go through all of these images. I felt like I was often fighting technology just to go through all of the photos that I had taken. I've had this book, Big Magic, now for years about the author's quest for finding creativity. She's the writer of the book Eat, Pray, Love, so she does know a few things about cultivating creativity. Early on in the book, she asks this question: do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? Going on a quest to explore the jewels buried within us, that's courage. On my way home from shooting, I actually started listening to some Brené Brown, and she was talking specifically about courage and in regards to creativity, and it was fascinating. She explains how often we attach our worth to how our product or art is received. So I know that this was part of my struggle, that I was attaching my worth to people's opinion of the work that I was doing. I honestly felt that her words helped me push past my own apprehensions for going out and creating something new in this space. I realized that I needed to have the courage to share what I'm in the middle of making, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm not finished with this project. I have still a lot of work left to do, but I went out and I tried to see this space in a new way. So I'm going to show some of those photos to you. So I hope you're excited to see. So I guess one thing that I would love to challenge you is, what's the dream that you've been having lately? And what step of courage can you take to commit to making it happen? Creativity, it's not easy. Having the courage to live out your dreams, it's not easy. Being vulnerable isn't easy. But if we know that there's a treasure inside us, we need to go find it.